Hey everybody, Tana Gilmore here. Welcome to Intimate Talks with Tana. I am your relationship expert, sex and intimacy coach, and intimacy coordinator. Listen, today I want to talk to you about where do you go to find healthy relationships to model if you've never seen it. And I want to give you some information and some tips. So right now I am watching the series on Hulu, Paradise. So who's here watching that one? So good. I'm only on episode one. I'm only on episode one. It is so good. And let me just tell you. So the actor Sterling K. Brown, so I've been following his career since he was on Army Wives, is when I first recognized him, noticed him, such a dominant character. And so let me just break it down. So in Army Wives, he played the husband, almost like a house husband or the stay-at-home dad type of person in the family. His wife was the one in the military, and so he was the stay-at-home parent, but he still had a masculine posture. He still held his own. It didn't matter that he was the one who stayed home, and she was the one that actually was active duty military and was the one serving our country and the one going out to war. Like all of those things, it did not diminish who he was as a masculine man in his house. And so I've always loved that character. So again, I've been following his career for a very long time. Fast forward, This Is Us. Oh, when I tell you one of my favorite series of all time, oh, I miss it so much, and I used to enjoy it. And sometimes I'm a big rerun person, so I will just rewind it and watch it over and over and over again. And so This Is Us is one of those shows, but I loved his character there because he was such a solid husband. He was a solid husband. And he just had that it factor. And he commanded his family, right? He commanded that kingdomship in his house. And he was so well respected with his daughters, and everything about his character I was in love with. And I just remember him showing so many vulnerable moments when it had come to his father and meeting his father for the first time, that he was adopted. And so if you all follow This Is Us, you would know the story. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch all seasons, start from the beginning, do yourself a favor, thank me later. But I loved the character he played and how solid he was as a man in his house, and how influential he was as a man, and how vulnerable he was with his wife. And they had such a solid foundation of a marriage. And so it made me think, as I was watching Paradise, another amazing series, I wonder how many people don't have healthy relationships to model, to even uncover what they want in a marriage. And so I encourage you to watch several love shows, right? Several love stories, several movies that involve love, and just look at how their marriages work. It doesn't matter that they're not real. It doesn't matter that they're acting. It doesn't matter if you don't have anyone to help you and to mold you and all of those things. If you didn't have that growing up, then I would suggest that you do that. You look to the arts. The arts is an amazing thing. It's a wonderful thing. And so I recommend that you find 3 or 4 love stories and say, you know what? I want this from that one, this from that one, and mold it yourself, complete it yourself. And so that, again, testimony, that's what I did. That's what I did. So I remember specifically watching, this is before I was married the second time, but I remember watching Jerry Maguire. And so those of you who remember Jerry Maguire, it's one of my, to this day, it is one of my all-time favorite movies. And here's why. Because the relationship that Regina King and Cuba Gooding Jr. had, it was unprecedented. And let me tell you why. They had a scene at the table where he was ordering something for dinner, and he was putting salt on it. She was like, "No, baby, no, that's too much salt for you. It's gonna bring your either your diabetes or your high blood pressure." But she cared about his salt intake. You want somebody to care about your health. You do. And I was like, I get it. I want that. I want someone to care about my health. I want to care about their health. I want us to be healthy together. And she meant that thing. And then another scene where I fell out unconscious. I was just crying and carrying on. Um, when he got hit during I think that was the last football game, right? And he got hit, he was unconscious for several minutes. She was batshit crazy. She was like, I don't even know. She was just so distraught. She was like, listen, praying. She was praying, and anybody that had anything negative to say, she was dismissing them out of the room because there was some other family members that were in the house watching the game with her. And she was like, if you have something bad to say, you get out of my face, you get out of my way. She had his back. And so she prayed him off of that ground in that movie. And she said, listen, you get up because this family doesn't work without you. Did you hear me? This family don't work without you. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. And I took those bits and pieces along with some of the other familial things that I had learned along the way, things that I'll take, things that I won't take. But I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want. So I encourage all of you to find 2 or 3 movies, and embrace them, take notes, notate, I like this about this one, this about this one, and make it your own. It's okay to gather your experiences from the arts. That's what they're here for. They tell stories. All right. Mhm. Until next time.